The expansion of Kenya-Uganda railway line that passes through Kibera slum has over the past 8 years raised more heat than light. It all started by enumeration of the people that will be affected by the project, better referred to as the Project Affected Persons, PAPs. In 2014, the construction of the unit to relocate the PAPs started. A decanting site was constructed to temporarily relocate the people as they await for the permanent buildings.
In 2010 ndio tulipigwa picha ya kwanza. Walikuwa nasuguka usiku wakatupiga picha, wakachukua namba ya kitambulisho na majina. Baadaye sijui walianza kuchukua watu lini.
1 month ago, the whole decanting site was demolished in areas of Kianda, Ayani and 42, leaving about 1,000 residents homeless.
Shida ile ambayo tumekumbwa nayo ni ile kubomolewa zile nyumba tulipewa, na sasa saa hii tunahangaika, hatujui la kufanya.
The demolition happened and we have not been relocated. We were not told actually from after the demolition where we will be relocated to. So we're just here temporarily, but we don't know actually.
This happens as another relocation is still pending behind Kenya Science, begging the biggest question of who will enter the newly built houses behind Kenya Science.
There are some units which are not yet complete, and these are the areas where we are supposed to allocate this gentleman. Yeah.
Ken and team took an initiative to dig deep on what transpired. Talking to different affected people, we came across one Mr. Benard Okeo. Benard explained to us his ordeal.
My enumeration number was 313J, and it is somewhere there. So we are taking, when those places were being demolished, we were taken to the decanting area, waiting for the house to be allocated. So we went to, when we were staying in the decant, I was allocated. When I went to the house, I found that there is someone in the house, in that house which I was allocated in. So I had to wait in the decant. Waiting in the decant, not knowing that we shall be evicted in the decant.
We also met an old man, Robert Sononzere. Robert was enumerated and allocated a house 2 times and even given a key, but never really got a house. His case is strange.
Tarehe 18 mwezi wa 11 2013 ndio nilianza savings. Nimekuja nikafikisha savings ya mwisho ambaye ilikuwa ni tarehe 19 mwezi wa, hii ni mwezi wa 8 ama wa 3? Ilikuwa ni mwezi wa 3 2018. Hapo ndio nilifika nikasimamishia savings. Na tangu wakati huo sijafanya savings yoyote, kwa sababu tulitaka tuingie kwa nyumba ndio tuendelee na savings. Hiki ndio kitabu changu ambacho cha savings. Na nimesave zaidi ya 12,000.
Different people had different versions of their stories. This woman is a pub, but also sells fruits and vegetables nearby. She witnessed how people from far have come here to buy and even rent houses meant for Kibera people.
Tulishangaa, tuliona watu wapya wameanza kuingia kwa nyumba. Tukauliza wale si hao watu wanaingia kwa nyumba ni watu wa Kibera kweli? Sababu kuna wale walikuwa nakuja kwa hii soko yangu ananiuliza, mama, hebu tuelezee ile soko iko karibu iko wapi? Na wauliza, uko wapi? Akaniambia, mimi nimenunua hapa nyumba reli. Ama mwingine ananiambia nimekomboa nyumba wapi? Hapa kwa reli. Nawamuuliza, ulinunua nyumba? Ilikuwa inauzwa? Wanasema uliuziwa pesa ngapi? Sasa wananielezea. Na ulitoka wapi? Kuna mmoja aliniambia alitoka pande ya Kayole. Kuna mwingine alitoka Kikuyu. pande ya Kinoo. Nikamuuliza kutoka Kinoo mpaka hapa ulijuaje nyumba zinauzwa? Akaniambia nini? Nilisikia fununu kuna nyumba zinauzwa. Nikamuuliza, na wakati ulitoa pesa zako ulijua kwamba hizi nyumba ni za reli na ni za serikali na kuna wale watu wanafaa kupewa nyumba, wale walipigwa picha ndio wanafaa kupewa hizi nyumba, wale walikuwa karibu na reli. Wewe ulipataje? Mimi nilinunua.
2 days after demolition, people decided to encroach into an incomplete unit, citing no otherwise.
Where they are staying now, I can't tell. Because some had even gone to the stalls, which are not complete. They are now staying in those incomplete houses.
I've entered in unfinished house, and that unfinished house, when they are coming to repair this house, they'll tell me where this allocation is, where they will allocate this, where they will allocate this house. So let them come. They'll find me in unfinished house, without door, without window, because I know and I believe that this house is there.
We had to look for Wallace once again, who is the chairperson of Ngazi Chini, in charge of relocation action plan.
Those who had been allocated are PAPs, that's within block 1 to 4. And I don't want to blame anybody. These are PAPs and PAPs are waiting to be allocated.
Wallace blamed Engineer Ongongo of Remu for overstepping his mandate.
I'm blaming the Remu team. They are the failure. Because they know all of this. They knew very well. We had people, PAPs, who are still staying in the decanting site. They were not supposed to demolish the decanting site. And yet, we are still expecting more demolition along the railway line.
Mr. Ongongo, on the other hand, who did not want to speak to us on camera, told us on phone how Wallace was the problem.
One thing about Wallace,
Yeah.
he created a whole, he's actually moved away from the committee that was named handling issues here.
Yeah.
He declared independence and he was doing things his own way.
Oh.
So many things he hid from us,
Yeah.
which we are not aware of.
Ongongo was only to oversee the construction. It's me who would give him the names of those who are supposed to be allocated, not him to decide who to go into the houses.
There were some funny dealings they were doing there, which details we don't know about, but we don't want to. We were not involved.
Yeah.
So if the community is crying,
Yeah.
the community is also to blame because we have been here.
Yeah.
We have actually implemented this project not only for the Kibera people.
Yeah.
We have implemented in Mukuru and in Kibera.
Mm.
We have done high-rise.
Yeah.
We have done Lainisapa.
Mm-hmm.
And we have done Mashimoni. And we have had no issues.
There's something fishy, which I'm seeing. Because I'd come to understand they also have their people whom they want to fix in here.
I am not bringing a problem and complicating anything.
Okay.
Because we gave him the list of the people we had cleared for accommodation.
Mm.
For him to give to allocate houses, and he even went ahead and allocated the houses in the committee.
Yeah.
And instead of allowing those people to occupy the houses, he brought in some other strangers we don't know about ourselves.
Demolition took place in an unfair way because one, we had the PAPs who are still in the decanting who had not been allocated yet. And there were some people who were there but were not PAPs.
The Remos act according to the law. I don't blame Remo's office. What I blame is the Ngazi, the leaders in the Ngazi Chini, because they are the ones.
The money they used to build those structures are beyond what is expected to be what is expected. And this is a cover-up.
Mimi haswa mimi nalaumu viongozi wetu kwa sababu hawakufuata utaratibu ambayo ilikuwa imewekwa. Mimi narifaa kama chairman ni Wallace, Ezekiel, Bondi akiwa secretary, treasurer Faith Nyambura. Hao ndio viongozi wale executive.
I've not seen someone who was staying the railway line who has vehicles. But here, they have vehicles. If you go there, you see some people have 3 houses.
So we have post-election violence in the RAP, the Relocation Action Plan. We have business category. We have institutions. And we have residentials.
Mr. Daniel Orogo, a community leader and a human activist in Kibera, also had his opinion.
That this particular project was funded by the World Bank, and the World Bank has got a very strong policy in their funding that any other project that they fund through their operating policy 4.12, it's clear that residents have been given an opportunity through the fund to improve their lifestyle. If the fund cannot do that, then World Bank would not fund a project that dehumanizes the human beings.
We followed Wallace again up to his office to show us the map and what the relocation action plan document really says.
So many issues. So many issues.
We are still expecting more demolition along the railway line, especially in Katwekera, Kisumu Ndogo, and other areas.
The plan was relocation, because this is a railway relocation action plan. It was never a railway eviction action plan.
Mimi ile kitu ningefaa kuongezea, ningetaka tu serikali tuangalie. Hatuwezi kubomolewa nyumba, tunatoa wageni waingie manyumba na sisi hatukupata nyumba.
Well, we are just calling for our local leadership to come forward and tell us what's next actually.
A number of things that happened. And dialogue is always the surest way towards ensuring that both communities, the majority, are heard and given their way, but minority are also heard. So I could actually think, and I could actually give my opinion. Right now what is needed, and I call for a dialogue between these two leaders. The community themselves are either following Wallace or either listening to engineer. So they're actually having a critical mass behind them. Why would they unite this mass to support them?
One of the World Bank policy is always to ensure that all the projects they implement either improve the people's lives or even leave them the way they are. In following up this story, we have come to realize that there are 3 categories of PAPs. 1, the post-election violence people that came in after enumeration. 2, the project affected persons that were enumerated in 2010. 3, the no number, the N and N category that perhaps were not counted for one reason or the other. Now, Wallace is blaming Engineer Ongongo for overstepping his mandate. Ongongo is blaming Wallace for doing fishy businesses behind his back. These blames happens as Kibera people keep suffering. So who is fooling who? When 2 bulls fight, only the grass will suffer the most. Owino Joshua, KNN, Kibera.